So I'll start things off with Tony D'Amato. He's played by Al Pacino in this film. At this point in his career, obviously everyone knows who Al Pacino is. He's been in 3 Godfather movies: Scarface, Serpico, Heat, Scent of a Woman. He won Best Actor for. So he's very well established when he comes into this role. He's the lead character. I personally was looking for somebody in that 55 to 60 age range to kind of for that coaching position. Somebody kind of rough, gruff, authoritative. You might be intimidated by him, although Willie doesn't seem to be. So Jesse and I were talking about this, and we had a couple of names that came up, but I kind of really liked the idea of Bryan Cranston here as the head coach. I think Bryan Cranston, obviously, we know him from The Judge, Malcolm in the Middle, but obviously Breaking Bad as Heisenberg. Extremely good dramatic actor. And I'll let Jesse take it because Jesse at one point said to me, he said, Wayne, I want Bryan Cranston too, but you have to sell me on it. Like, why do I want him for this? And I'm curious, Jesse, what made you end up going with it?
Well, I mean, I had a good feeling about it. I mean, I presented to other people prior to that. I mean, I felt pretty handcuffed to like look at different football coaches prior to that. But then you provided me a clip from, I believe it was Godzilla. And, the passion he showed, the way that he looked intimidating, the way that he was going to get his way. I felt sold after you passed along that clip. So, I mean, you would certainly get your incentive after selling me.
All right. What about you guys? What do you guys think of Cranston? And then who do you guys go with?
Well, I like the Cranston shout, actually. That's really good. I think one of the things we were talking about, we threw a couple of names out early doors, like Christian Bale, Robert Downey Jr. was somebody we were wondering, but I really wanted somebody with a bit more of an edge to them. Like, I didn't feel like they were quite rough enough. I really liked Stephen Graham, who's been in like Boardwalk Empire and The Irishman and was opposite Pacino, but he's probably a little bit too young. So James managed to convince me on somebody else, didn't you, James?
Yeah, you might feel like this is a bit of a left field one, but we were looking for someone who could be really explosive on the sidelines and, who could give a big performance, because I mean Al Pacino's got some pretty big boots to fill. So we ended up landing on Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Another Godfather connection there, obviously, with the Coppola family tree there.
Yeah, for sure. And I can see Cage, he does have the intensity. I do see him kind of losing his cool in a lot of his movies. It's something that he does really well.
No one loses their cool like Nicolas Cage.
Maybe Gary Busey, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like the Nicolas Cage. I guess I wouldn't have considered him just because I know he's the right age, but he looks younger than he is, I guess. But when I really think about it and I try to put him on the sidelines talking to the players, I can definitely picture that.
Yeah, I think he's about 58.
Yeah, Nick Cage is definitely weathered.
Yeah.
He's weathered. I think he could certainly pull it off.